Are you feeling burnt out? Are you a sales agent, real estate agent? Maybe you're a coach and constantly feeling tired and frustrated because you're feeling tired, and you have these goals, you have these dreams, you know what you want to do, but you just don't have the energy to do it. Or maybe you're feeling kind of fat and overweight and you're just feeling like you can't sleep right. These are all things that are really important, because the truth is your emotional state determines and defines the quality of your life. I know that you have the greatness, you have the capabilities in you, but if you have low energy, it's gonna hinder you from doing all those things that you know you should be doing. Then all of a sudden, because you don't do it, because you don't have the energy, you start to beat yourself up because of it, you start to doubt yourself, you start to feel guilty, you start to feel discouraged, disappointed. You can even get to the place where you feel, depressed. So let's talk about first 7 principles of health. This is for long-term things. This is gonna help you to prevent sickness and disease. It's gonna help you to generate a good high quality energy for long periods of time. First, you need to know, okay, what do I need to do to create what I want? You got to know what you want and know what you need to do, and then you need to do it. And as you begin to do it and do it consistently and do it over and over, all of a sudden you're not having to try to do it anymore. It's not like, okay, I have to remember how to do this. Okay, oh yeah, I have to do this. Now all of a sudden you're just being. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of how you think. It's a part of your mindset. It's a part of your lifestyle, to where you're not trying anymore. You're just, this is what I do. To know, to do, and to be. So I'm gonna give you these 7 principles so that you know. And then you need to come up with your plan, your commitment, so that you do these things consistently. And then once you do it, 90 days, you're gonna see that you're not trying anymore. You're just being. So number 1, let's talk about water. So your body is made up mostly of water. Your brain is mostly of water. Your intestines, your muscles, all of you are made up mostly of water. So if you are dehydrated, if you're not having enough water, you're limiting your capabilities. You're limiting on what you're able to do because of just lack of water. Instead, what are you putting in? A lot of maybe energy drinks or coffee, or, alcohol, and all these things that are actually just toxic to your body, and you're just creating more issues. You're limiting yourself. You're limiting your production for your life and for your future. So number 1 is water. Men should be drinking at least 3 liters a day. Women should be drinking at least 2 liters a day. Another way to kind of measure, you probably heard this before, but you get how much you weigh in pounds, and then you cut it in half and make it into ounces, and that's how much water you should be drinking at least a day. Now, if you're very active or it's really hot outside, then you should be drinking more to keep yourself hydrated. This is something very, very simple and practical, but common sense is not always common practice. What kinds of water should I drink? So many people get stuck in that and don't do what they should be doing. So this is my answer. Drink the wet kind. Drink the wet kind. Just freaking drink water. Yeah, you can go get a machine that filters it and does all these things and make it all fancy. Sure, but the whole thing is just drink your freaking water. Number 2, fresh air. See, they actually did this test. It was done in Hawaii. And they got all these fancy machines, the ones that get these negative and positive ions to cleanse the air. They got these machines and they tested it to see which cleanses the air better, these fancy machines or the ceiling fans. You know what they found? Which one wins? The ceiling fan. Why? Because it gets the air to circulate. You see, what happens is when the air circulates 3 meters and moves through the atmosphere 3 meters, it cleanses itself. Now all of a sudden you're breathing the clean air in, it's bringing more life, more energy into your body, it's bringing more clarity to your brain, which is gonna help you to be more successful in everything that you're doing. So does it mean that you can't have everything closed up? No, of course not. At least if you're in your home, every other day, open the windows, open the door. Allow the fresh moving air to circulate and to re-energize and cleanse itself by getting movement. Have some ceiling fans, some fans that get everything to move. If you're in your car, even if it's raining, right? You're not gonna just drive with your windows down, okay? But every 20 minutes, roll them down, get the air to circulate and re-energize and recirculate, roll it back up. Simple things that you can do to get some more fresh circulating air, because this brings higher health, higher energy, higher production, higher confidence. It just helps with everything in your life. So we have water, we have your fresh air. Now let's talk about sunshine. So today you can see there's some nice sunshine outside. I know in some places, they're like in Seattle, Washington, there's not a lot of sunshine, right? But when there is, you need to take advantage of it. Get at least 20, 30 minutes of sunshine on as much skin as possible. So even if you're having sunglasses, don't wear them all the time, because your eyes, they absorb, they bring in the vitamin D. Vitamin D is so powerful for you, for your health, for your energy, for your emotional stability. So one of the things that I have them go do is, hey, go get at least 20, 30 minutes of sunshine on as much skin as possible, right? And then sometimes people are like, well, Richard, I don't want to get burned. Then don't get burned. Right? It's really simple. If you listen to your body will start to tell you, hey, it's getting hot. And then you just get out of the sun. So that way you don't get burned. So this is something that's really important for your health, for your energy, but make sure that you're getting enough sunshine. Number 4, whole foods. When I say whole foods, I'm not talking about the store Whole Foods. When I say whole foods, I'm not talking about a whole bag of donuts or a whole bag of chips. I'm talking about real food that your body can use to create high quality energy, which will help you to produce in your life. You know, things like vegetables, fruits, seeds, beans, legumes, nuts. These are all real foods. Your body it's a machine. It's this vehicle, and your food is your fuel. So if you want to be a high-performing vehicle, you need to have some high-performing fuel, which means some really good food that your body can use to generate high-quality energy so you can do what you need to do. Think of like every time you put something to your mouth, it's like an offering. It's like a holy offering to this temple that you have, to this vehicle that you have. So be more conscious, be more intentional about what you're putting into your body, because what you eat, you will become. It's going to create the energy that you need to do all the things that you need to do. When you think about, gorillas, which one of the most powerful animals that are out there, what do they eat? They eat certain plants and a couple fruits. Where did they get their protein? They're not going and eating hamburgers when nobody's looking. That they're eating plants. They're eating dark leafy greens. Cows, they eat grass. So these are things that we need to understand. When we're eating the meat, we're eating the mediator. They're eating the foods, the dark leafy greens, they're eating the grass, and then we're eating the mediator, and our body has to digest and break down all that meat in order to get to the nutrients. Does that mean don't eat meat? No, you can eat meat, but you need to understand what it's doing to your body. You see, when you eat meat, especially big portions, your body has to create a lot of acid. So your body becomes very acidic in order to break it down and digest it. But this is the thing you need to understand, that sickness and disease are born in acidic environments. So you're making yourself vulnerable to having sickness and disease in your life. You're lowering your immune system because of the heavy meals that you're eating, because you're making your body very acidic. So if you do eat meat, that's okay. Make sure you're eating a lot of greens with it. Very important things. So fruits, vegetables, seeds, beans, legumes, and nuts are the healthiest things, best things that you can put into your body. So we have water, fresh air, we have whole foods, we have sunshine. Now let's talk about exercise. Ooh, that's a bad word, right? A lot of times people are like, oh, exercise. So a lot of times instead of calling it exercise, I'll call it movement. Get moving. That's the whole point. You don't have to do something very, intensive like the HIIT training, the high intensity training, or, boxing, or, sprinting. You don't necessarily have to do that. If you do, that's good. Sometimes people can't because of injuries, certain limitations in their body, and that's okay. But how about go for a brisk walk, 20, 30 minutes, a brisk walk where you're generating something good for your cardiovascular, where you're getting moving, and that's something very good for your emotional state, for your mental state, and actually helps you to burn the fat, create high quality energy for yourself. Do something, swimming, playing with your kids, biking, playing sports, whatever it is. Like, I want you to look for something that you like, because if you like it, you'll keep doing it, because that's the only way you're gonna get the best benefits if you do it consistently. That alone will do so many things for you and generate a higher quality energy for yourself, so you're not burning out. It builds confidence because you're working out. It builds your self-esteem. It does so many things just by you working out. And if you do this, I encourage you to do it in the morning, because I always tell people, especially if you don't want to burn out, you have to have some kind of morning routine. Because if you win the morning, you can win the day. And if you win more days, you win the week. If you win more weeks, you win the month. If you win more months, you win the year. If you win more years, now you're starting to really win in your life, and it all starts with your morning routine. So in the morning, drink your water, right? Get some meditation, create some attitude of gratitude. Get your stretching, get your exercise in. Eat a good healthy meal where you're putting, some good nutrients into your body. Now all of a sudden you're setting yourself up to win the morning and therefore win the day. Now let's talk about number 6, passion. Passion. How is passion gonna help me not burn out? How is passion going to help me to generate a higher quality energy for myself, Richard? You see, when you do those things that you're passionate about, what happens? It makes you come alive, right? Like you even lose track of time. You're like, what? That much time has gone by? How? Because people say, what? Time flies when you're having fun, right? These are the things that you're passionate about. So whether it's, teaching, like I love to teach, I love to train, that is a passion of mine. Maybe it's sports. Maybe it's playing video games. Maybe it's, being with your kids. Maybe it's sewing. Maybe it's, there's so many different things that you can be passionate about. Maybe some art, maybe music, maybe dance. But when you do those things on purpose, for the purpose of generating good quality energy, it does wonders for you. It doesn't mean that you're gonna allow these hobbies or these things to take over the importance of other things that you're doing. Because of course, some of these hobbies are not that important, where we shouldn't be wasting a lot of our time on it. But when we do it, it makes us feel good. And that's good for us. See, your passion creates a good high quality energy for yourself. And when you think about how that word passion is written, if you even write it down right now, Passion, pass-I-on. When you use what you're passionate about to pass it on to others, to help them, to benefit them, now all of a sudden you're using your passion and it's becoming purpose. Because you're using those things that you love, that you're good at, to help other people and doing it consistently. That's one of the most fulfilling and satisfying things that you can do. So find out what you're passionate about and see how you can not only do those things for yourself, and even if you have to schedule it in your calendar to make time for it, but if you can use it to help other people, man, now you're gonna step up that fulfillment and satisfaction at the same time. Now the last thing, loving functional relationships. If you don't wanna burn out in your life, if you wanna have good high quality energy in yourself, you have to learn how to have good, healthy, quality relationships. Learning how to connect with people, learning how to communicate, learning how to love, how to be loved. Because you can eat all the broccoli and all the spinach and work out and drink the water, but if you have broken relationships, you don't have any good quality relationships, you're not gonna have a good quality energy. So these are the 7 principles of health. What do we have? We have fresh water, we have fresh air, sunshine, whole foods, exercise, passion, and your loving relationships. These 7 principles, if you have integrated into your life and you're making sure that you're doing these things that you should be doing, you're not gonna deal with burnout. So if you wanna deter it, if you wanna get rid of it, if you wanna higher the quality of your living, make sure that you're doing these 7 principles.